Neptune. The farthest planet from our Sun. Neptune is one of the solar system's two ice giants. Neptune is our solar system's farthest planet from the Sun and one of two ice giants. The cold, blue planet is approximately 30 times farther away from the Sun than Earth and takes approximately 165 Earth years to complete one orbit around our star. Because Neptune spins faster than Earth, a day on Neptune lasts only about 16 Earth hours. According to the Natural History Museum in London, UK, scientists discovered Neptune in 1846 after conducting orbit calculations for Uranus that indicated there was an unknown planet affecting Uranus's gravity. Neptune isn't visible to the naked eye, but researchers were able to confirm the planet's existence using a telescope. According to NASA, astronomers first observed Neptune through telescopes in 1612 but did not recognize it as a planet. Only one of Earth's probes has ever reached Neptune. Voyager 2, which took the first images of the blue planet on its way out of the solar system in 1989. According to the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C., Neptune appears blue, or blue-green, due to methane in its atmosphere. The name Neptune comes from the Roman god of the sea of the same name, according to Cool Cosmos, a website run by the Infrared Processing and Analysis Center at the California Institute of Technology. Since Pluto was demoted from full planetary status to dwarf planet in 2006, Neptune is the eighth planet from the Sun and the final planet in the solar system. Neptune is also the solar system's farthest planet from Earth, orbiting at a distance of between 2.7 billion miles, 4.3 billion kilometers, and 2.9 billion miles, 4.7 billion kilometers, from our planet, depending on where the two planets are in their orbits, according to Live Science's sister site Space.com. According to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the Voyager 2 probe took 12 years to reach Neptune. The probe, on the other hand, was traveling at a rate of 42,000 miles per hour, about 68,000 kilometers per hour, much faster than humans have ever traveled. According to the National Air and Space Museum, the temperature in Neptune's atmosphere is around -373 degrees Fahrenheit, -225 degrees Celsius. Neptune is colder than Uranus because it is farther away from the Sun, but the two planets are roughly the same temperature. Neptune, like Jupiter and Saturn, emits more than twice as much heat as it absorbs from the Sun, according to Live Science. The extra heat source on Neptune, and Jupiter and Saturn, is largely due to gravitational contraction, Joshua Tollefson, formerly of the University of California, Berkeley, told All About Space magazine in 2019. As the planet slowly gravitationally contracts, the material falling inward converts its potential energy into thermal energy, which is then converted back into potential energy. According to Cool Cosmos, Neptune has the strongest winds in the solar system, with speeds reaching 1,200 miles per hour, 9,301 kilometers per hour. Neptune's seasons last about 40 years, and the planet's southern hemisphere is currently experiencing the Earth equivalent of summer. However, according to a 2022 study published in the Planetary Science Journal, despite entering summer in 2005, Mercury's global temperature dropped by 14.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 8 degrees Celsius, between 2003 and 2018. The researchers hypothesized that the dropping temperatures in Neptune's atmosphere were caused by an unknown element, extreme weather, or changes in solar radiation. I think Neptune is very intriguing to many of us because we still know so little about it. Study lead author Michael Roman, an astronomer at the University of Leicester in the United Kingdom, said at the time in a statement. All of this points to a more complex picture of Neptune's atmosphere and how it changes over time. According to NASA, Neptune is mostly made up of water, ammonia, and methane and may be hiding a super hot ocean beneath its chilly clouds. The planet lacks a solid surface but, like Earth, has a solid core. Neptune, like Uranus, is referred to as a ice giant. According to the Planetary Society, the name distinguishes Neptune from the gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn, because Neptune and Uranus have more ice-forming molecules. Neptune and Uranus are famous for their diamond rain, which is caused by the high atmospheric pressure on these planets, which is more than 200,000 times that of Earth, breaking up methane in the atmosphere and releasing carbon. The carbon then forms long chains to form crystalline patterns similar to diamonds. These diamonds sink through the mantle, where they are vaporized by even more extreme conditions. The innermost regions of these planets' mantles are likely to reach around 12,140 degrees Fahrenheit, 6,727 degrees Celsius, with pressures 6 million times that of Earth, before floating back up to repeat the process. Neptune has at least 5 rings and 14 moons. Triton, Neptune's largest moon, orbits in the opposite direction of the planet's spin. According to NASA, this reverse orbit indicates that Triton hasn't always been paired with Neptune, and scientists believe it was pulled into Neptune's gravity from the Kuiper Belt millions of years ago. Nereid, another of Neptune's moons, has an even more peculiar orbit, making it one of the weirdest moons in the solar system. This moon can swing in close to Neptune at a distance of 870,000 miles, 1.4 million kilometers, and swing out as far as 6 million miles, 9.7 million kilometers. One reason for this strange lunar orbit could be that when Triton was pulled toward Neptune, it threw off the orbits of Neptune's existing moons and sent most of them whizzing off into space. However, Nereid could be an original moon that clung onto the edge of Neptune's gravity to shape its current orbit. Thank you for watching, my dear. Please subscribe by clicking the button below. I'll see you in the next video.